Let's learn Serve the Servants. Starts out with a loud and distorted E minor chord. Now, how do you do an E minor? So you're going to put 2 fingers on the 2nd fret of the A and the D. So it's going to look like this. That's an E minor chord, and you strum it like this. Now, there's a lot of distortion in this first chord on the song, and eventually Kurt starts doing like this. He starts making some noisy stuff up here, but then eventually he goes right into this riff. What is that? How do we play that riff? You're going to put your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the A string. You're going to put your index finger on the 2nd fret of the D string. And you're going to put your ring finger on the 2nd fret of the G string. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I much appreciate that. So now that you've got your fingers right there, 1, 2, and then 3, you're going to play this riff like this. So it's dum, bum, dum, dum, dum. Then you're going to switch to this chord. And it's very similar to the chord you just played. All you're doing is you're moving your middle finger to the 2nd fret of the D. Your index goes to the 2nd fret of the G. And then your ring finger goes to the 3rd fret of the B. So, I'll show you what that looks like. This is the 2nd chord of Serve the Servants. 1, 2, 3. And you're doing a very similar picking pattern. Da, 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 da. So the first part is da, 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 da. Then there's 2 chords that you're going to play. They're essentially power chords, but there's a little bit of a spice to it because he's leaving these open. So he's going power chord on the 2nd fret. So power chord on the 2nd fret, but you've got those ringing out at the end too. And then this is an E5 chord. And the way that he plays this is he likes to play his power chords like on the low part of the neck with just 1 finger. He plays his E like this. He plays his A like this, which you're going to see that when we actually start learning Rape Me. And then he plays his D like this. He's kind of strange. Kurt likes to play his guitar very, very strange. It's not exactly how you would teach those chords. But now that we're learning Serve the Servants, let's finish up this verse and we'll move on to the chorus. The verse is... Teenage angst has paid off well. Now I'm bored and old. So that is how we play the verse to Serve the Servants. And now we're going to move on to the chorus. And the chorus is going to be essentially 2 different chords. But there's also a tag line at the very end of the chorus. But it's 2 chords. It's A and C sharp. And the way you play the A chord is you put your index finger on these 3 strings, 1, 2, 3, and you leave the A note open. So it's serve the servants, oh no. Serve the servants, oh no. He's just going back and forth from A to C sharp. And C sharp is the 4th fret of the A string. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You put a power chord right there. Serve the servants, oh no. Serve the servants, that legendary divorce is such a bore. So what's he doing there to finish off the chorus? Kurt is moving from the A to C sharp, A to C sharp cycle, and he's going to move all the way to F sharp 5. And that's a power chord on the 2nd fret of the E. Then he goes to the G, and that's a power chord on the 3rd fret of the E. 1, 2, 3. That legendary divorce is such a bore. Now this is a strange chord. It's a C sharp with a G sharp in the bass. So what you do is you take your index finger and put it on the top 2 strings on the 4th fret, and then you take your other finger. You can do it one of 2 ways. You could actually use your ring finger for it and play it like that, or you can use your pinky and put your pinky right here on the 6th fret of the G. Ring finger goes on the 6th fret of the D, and then you've still got this chord right here. That legendary divorce is such a bore. As I, what's the lyrics? It's as my bones grew, they hurt really bad. I tried hard to have a father, but instead I had a dad. Not sure what that line means. I tried hard to have a father, but instead I had a dad. That's pretty sad. But that is how you play Serve the Servants. Thank you very much for watching that. And we're moving on to Penny Royal Tea.